Hello everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Please let me know. So on behalf of Intelletics, I welcome you all for the second chemistry practice paper ICSE 10th standard. ICSE 10th standard has a scheduled chemistry paper exam tomorrow. So it's a board exam. So that's a reason on behalf of Intelletics we attempt for helping all the ICSE 10th standard students by giving them many practice sessions. So here we are with second practice paper session on chemistry. So without wasting any time, let's begin with question number 1. Modern periodic table is based on which of the following property of the elements? A. Atomic number. B. Atomic mass. C. Electronegativity. D. Electron affinity. So the modern periodic table is based on which of the following property of the elements? Hi dashing gamers, hello. How are you? Now come on, start solving. I hope you are now prepared for chemistry, right, dashing gamers? So start answering the questions. And the correct answer to this question is A. Atomic number. Please remember that the modern periodic law states that physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. Going ahead to question number 2. Which of the following is a mineral acid? A. Oxalic acid. B. Sulfuric acid. C. Malic acid. D. Acetic acid. So which of the following is a mineral acid? And your time starts now. And the correct answer for this question is B. Sulfuric acid. Mineral acids are also called as inorganic acids. Organic acids are derived from plants. Okay. Coming to the next question number 3. Which type of bond is formed between a metal and a non-metal? A. Covalent bond. B. Coordinate covalent bond. C. Ionic or electrovalent bond. D. No bonding. And your time starts now. So which type of bond is formed between a metal and a non-metal? So the correct answer for this question is ionic or electrovalent bond. So the type of bond that is formed between a metal and a non-metal is C, that is ionic or electrovalent bond. So dashing gamers, you're perfect. Arushi Shah, you're right. So ionic bond is formed by complete transfer of electrons from the metal to a non-metal. Coming to the next question number 4. What is the color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to calcium salt? A. Green. B. White. C. Brown. D. Red. So what is the color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to calcium salt? Dashing gamers, you need not be sorry. I understand that there is a big lag. So I do understand and I'm happy that you are answering. But in fact, we are sorry that, we are, because of the lag, we can't really appreciate your correct answers on time. But what makes a difference is, or rather, what makes its importance is that you are here and you're answering it. That's it. So it's meant for you. Okay, so please remember the color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to calcium salt is white. Remember, when sodium hydroxide is added to calcium salt, calcium nitrate, a white PPT of calcium hydroxide is formed, which is sparingly soluble in excess of alkali. Going ahead to question number 5. The correct relationship of molecular formula and empirical formula is dash. A. Empirical formula is equal to N into molecular formula. B. Molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. C. N is equal to molecular formula into empirical formula. D. Molecular formula is equal to N by empirical formula. So the correct relationship of the molecular formula and the empirical formula is dash. The time starts now. And the correct answer for the relationship between the molecular formula and the empirical formula is B. Molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. So the relation between molecular formula and empirical formula is molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. Here N is a positive whole number. Going ahead to question number 6. Which of the following is true for electrolysis of copper sulfate solution? Yes, dashing gamers, I shall wait on your request. I hope now you got the answer so I can go ahead. So which of the following is true for electrolysis of copper sulfate solution? A. Cathode acts as electron acceptor. B. Anode acts as electron donor. C. Copper is deposited at cathode. D. Sulfate ions migrate towards anode. And the correct answer for this question would be C. Copper is deposited at cathode. So cathode acts as electron donor and anode acts as electron acceptor. Keep this in mind. So this is true for electrolysis of copper sulfate solution. That is, while electrolysis of copper sulfate solution would be done, copper would be deposited at cathode because cathode acts as electron donor and anode acts as electron acceptor. The next question, number 7. How many periods and groups are there in the modern periodic table? A. 8 groups and 7 periods. B. 7 periods and 18 groups. C. 7 groups and 18 periods. D. 7 groups and 15 periods. So how many periods and groups are there in the modern periodic table? And the correct answer for this question is there are 7 periods and 18 groups in the modern periodic table. So the answer would be 7B. So डैशिंग गेमर्स आप बोल रहे हो अभी इस चैप्टर को सही से नहीं पढ़ पाया हूँ अभी वही पढ़ रहा हूँ ओके बच्चा नो प्रॉब्लम यू हैव गॉट स्टिल सम टाइम and I shall suggest you one thing as being the teacher. Now, ideally, you have very, very less time with you. So, this is the time when you should be ideally solving only and only the question papers. Okay, so Dashing Gamers, you will get an idea about what kind of questions will be asked. So, I would suggest you better hang on with this channel because this is only the second paper solving session that we are doing, right? And we have 8 more sessions to take. So, that should definitely make you perfect. Okay. Okay. Question number 8. Which of the following statements is not true regarding ionic or electrovalent bond? Friends, remember the question says is not true. This means it is false. Okay, so out of 4 options given, 1 is false and 3 are true. And your options are A. These are hard and brittle solids. B. They have high density. C. They are insoluble in water. D. They have high melting and boiling points. Your time starts now. So the correct answer for this question is that insoluble in water is not true regarding ionic or electrovalent bond because ionic bonds are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvents. Question number 9. Which type of bonding is present in ammonium ion? I repeat, ammonium ion. A. Covalent bond. B. Coordinate bond. C. Ionic or electrovalent bond. D. No bonding. So, which type of bonding is present in ammonium ion? And the correct answer for this question, the bonding that is present in the ammonium ion is coordinate bond. Bonding in ammonium ion can be represented as this. I doubt whether it's really very visible. So, friends, please zoom in the screen so that you can see that better. Like how the lone pair of electrons is shared to form the ammonium ion. Going ahead with question number 10. What is the color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to ferric salt? A. Dirty green. B. White. C. Brown. D. Reddish brown. So what is the color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to ferric salt? And the correct answer for this question is D. So The color of the precipitate formed when sodium hydroxide solution is added to ferric salt is reddish brown. Remember, जब भी iron आता है तो red या brown color definitely expected here. When sodium hydroxide solution is added to ferric salt, a reddish brown precipitate of FeOH twice is formed. Question number 11. What happens when ammonium hydroxide solution is added to calcium salt? A. A white PPT is formed. B. PPT formed is soluble in excess of alkali. C. A colorless solution is formed. D. No precipitate is formed. And the correct answer to this question should be, think of, ammonium hydroxide is added to calcium salt. So the correct answer for this question is D. No precipitate is formed because calcium hydroxide does not precipitate even with the addition of excess of ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH. Question number 12. Which formula denotes the actual number of different elements present in one molecule of the compound? A. Molecular formula. B. Empirical formula. C. Empirical formula mass. D. Percentage. So which formula denotes the actual number of different elements present in one molecule of the compound? And the correct answer for this question is A. Molecular formula. Molecular formula denotes the actual number of different elements present in one molecule of a compound. Question number 13. Which of the following anion can be discharged with maximum ease? A. Sulfate ion. B. Iodide ion. C. Hydroxyl ion. D. Nitrate ion. And your time starts now. So answer me for this question. Which of the following anions can be discharged with maximum ease? And the correct answer for this question is C, that is hydroxyl ion. It is placed at the bottom of electronegative series. So this is the reason why the hydroxyl ion can be discharged with maximum ease. Question number 14. What is the correct order of the atomic size? A. Magnesium lesser than chlorine, lesser than sodium, lesser than sulfur. B. Chlorine smaller than sulfur, smaller than magnesium, smaller than sodium. C. Sulfur smaller than chlorine, smaller than magnesium, smaller than sodium. D. Magnesium smaller than sodium, smaller than sulfur, smaller than chlorine. डैशिंग गेमर्स आप पूछ रहे हो मैम ईज का एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग क्या होगा? ईज यानी आसानी के साथ. ओके, कितनी आसानी से कौन सा आयन आराम से डिसोसिएट हो सकता है, या ऐसे किस्म के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. ठीक है. And the correct answer, the correct order of the atomic size would be B. On moving left to right in a period, atomic size decreases and it increases down the group. So chlorine is smaller than sulfur, which is smaller than magnesium, which is smaller than sodium. Question number 15. How the ionization energy of the elements changes on moving from top to bottom in the group. A. Increases. B. Decreases. C. Remains the same. D. Zero. So tell me how the ionization energy of the elements changes on moving top to bottom in the group. And the correct answer for this question should be, try to recollect what is ionization energy and how exactly it will show a feature. So remember, it decreases. So on moving down the group, the atomic size increases, and as a result, the ionization potential, it decreases. Question number 16. Which of the following elements has the highest ionization energy? A. Lithium. B. Sodium. C. Potassium. D. Cesium. So which of the following elements has the highest ionization energy? And the correct answer for this question is it's cesium. On moving down the group, the atomic number of alkali metals increases. Due to increase in size, ionization potential decreases. The cesium has the highest ionization energy. Question number 17. Which of the ions can be discharged with maximum difficulty? A. Cu2 plus, B. Ag plus, C. Pb2 plus, D. K plus. And the time starts now. And the correct answer for this question is K plus. K plus, that is potassium ions, is placed at the top of electropositive series. So this is how you will remember that it will be discharged with maximum difficulty. Going ahead to question number 18. What is the correct relationship between vapor density and molecular mass? A. Relative molecular mass is equal to vapor density by 2. B. Vapor density is equal to 2 into relative molecular mass. C. Relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. D. Vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass. So the correct answer to this question is C. So the relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. Remember, vapor density is the ratio of the mass of a volume of a gas to the mass of an equal volume of hydrogen, measured under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. Very good आरुषि शाह, very good कनक कपिल, very good dashing gamers. आप सभी ने सही आंसर दिया है. Question number 19. Which type of bond is present in chlorine molecule? A. Single covalent bond. B. Double covalent bond. C. Triple covalent bond. D. Ionic bond. So what should be the answer? What is the type of the bond present in chlorine molecule? And the correct answer for this question is single covalent bond. The bonding in chlorine can be represented as covalent bond between two chlorine atoms, that is 8 electrons, or Cl-Cl dash, that is a single covalent bond. So Arushi Shah and Kanak Kapil, you answered it correct. See, look on the screen. This is how the chlorine molecule is formed. So you'll get an idea. This is textual diagram itself. The image, you can zoom in the screen and see. Question number 20. Identify the odd one. A. Methane. B. HCl. C. NaCl. D. Nitrogen. So identify the odd one from this. And the correct answer, the odd one here, is NaCl. Because in NaCl, ionic bond is present, whereas in others, covalent bond is present. So NaCl becomes the odd one. Question number 21. The amount of energy released when an electron is added to the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous neutral atom is called its dash. A. Atomic size. B. Ionization potential. C. Electron affinity. D. Electronegativity. Dashing gamers, yes बच्चा आपने भी सही सेम टाइम पे ही कमेंट किया था. But meantime, I had already started reading the next question. Even you were correct, and it's very, very good that you're answering right on time. So the correct answer for this question is electron affinity. Dashing gamers, first person to answer. Yes, Arushi Shah, correct. Dashing gamers, perfect. The amount of energy released when an electron is added to the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous neutral atom is called its electron affinity and electron gain enthalpy. Yes, Kanak Kapil, even you're right, Bacha. Question number 22. An element E loses electron and becomes an ion. Name the process and the ion. A. Oxidation cation. B. Oxidation anion. C. Reduction cation. D. Reduction anion. And the correct answer for this question number 22 would be A. So, an element E loses electron and becomes an ion. So, the process is called as oxidation and the ion formed is cation. So, loss of electrons is called as oxidation. Please remember this. The positive ion is formed by loss of electron and it is called as a cation. So Reshma is correct, Arushi Shah correct, Dashing Gamers correct, Kanak Kapil correct. Perfect. Now coming to the next question number 23. Which of the following is not a strong acid? A. Hydrochloric acid, B. Sulfuric acid, C. Nitric acid, D. Acetic acid. So, which of this is not a strong acid? So, which of these is not a strong acid? And the correct answer for this question is acetic acid. Remember, acetic acid is a weak acid. It does not dissociate completely into ions in the solution. So, Arushisha, Reshma, Kanak, correct. Perfect. Question number 24. Bases furnish dash ions in the solution. A. H plus, B. OH minus, C. Both A and B, D. None of these. So bases furnish dash ions in the solution. Try to recollect what are acids and what are bases. This is quite an easy question to answer. Yes, Kavya J, even you are correct, बच्चा. डैशिंग गेमर्स ने आंसर क्यों नहीं दिया इस क्वेश्चन का? इजी तो था आपके लिए. And the correct answer for this question, number 24, is B. Bases furnish OH minus ions in the solution. That is, bases give hydroxyl ions in the solution. Question number 25. Choose the hydroxide which is insoluble in excess of ammonium hydroxide. A. Calcium hydroxide, B. Ferric hydroxide, C. Copper hydroxide, D. Zinc hydroxide. So choose a hydroxide which is insoluble in excess of ammonium hydroxide. And the correct answer for this question is B. Ferric hydroxide. So ferric hydroxide is insoluble in excess of alkali. डैशिंग गेमर्स आप बोल रहे हो कि आपने आंसर दिया था ऑलरेडी बट वो मेरे पास पहुंचा नहीं था. इट इज क्वाइट पॉसिबल बच्चा. सो इग्नोर दिस. Okay, ignore this altogether and focus on solving it. So Kanak, you were right बच्चा. क्यों आंसर आपने delete किया? It's B. Ferric hydroxide is insoluble in excess of alkali. Coming to the next question, number 26. Which formula denotes the simplest positive integer ratio of atoms present in a compound? A. Molecular formula, B. Empirical formula, C. Empirical formula mass, D. Percentage. And the correct answer, formula that denotes the simplest positive integer ratio of atoms present in a compound. B, that is empirical formula. Empirical formula gives the ratio of different atoms present in a compound. Coming to the next, question number 27. The kind of particles present in carbonic acid are dash. A. Ions. B. Molecules. C. Both A and B. D. None of these. And the correct answer for this question should be C. Both A and B. So the kind of particles present in carbonic acid are both A and B. H plus, HCO3 minus, CO3 2 minus and H2CO3 molecules are present in carbonic acid. Question number 28. Which of the following contains molecules only? A. Sugar. B. NaOH. C. HCl. D. Carbonic acid. So which of these contains molecules only? And the correct answer for this question would be sugar. Glucose contains C12H22O11 molecules. Okay, going ahead to question number 29. Which of the following is not an oxyacid? A. Hydrochloric acid. B. Sulfuric acid. C. Nitric acid. D. Acetic acid. So which of the following is not an oxyacid? And the correct answer for this question is A. Hydrochloric acid is not an oxyacid. An acid which contains oxygen along with hydrogen and one more element is called as oxyacid. Going to the next, question number 30. An example of hydra acid is dash. A. Hydrochloric acid. B. Sulfuric acid. C. Nitric acid. D. Acetic acid. So give me the example of hydra acid among these four. Identify. And the correct answer for this question is A. Hydrochloric acid. I'm very happy that many students have answered it right. Kanak Kapil, Kavya, Reshma, Samana, Dashing Gamers, Arushi Shah. All of you have answered it perfect. Very good. I'm happy. Tomorrow you should shine in the paper, okay? Question number 31. Which of the following statements is not true regarding acids? A. They have a sour taste. B. They are good conductors of electricity. C. They turn red litmus to blue. D. They are corrosive in nature. So which of these statements is not true regarding acids? And think over. Try to recollect the properties of acids so that you would get the answer. And the one which is not true among these four options is C. They turn red litmus to blue is wrong regarding acids because acids turn blue litmus paper to red. Very good, Kavya, Reshmas, Amana, Arushi, Dashing Gamers. Very good. Question number 32. Which of the following is a colored ion? A. Nickel. B. Lead. C. Zinc. D. Chloride. Which is a colored ion? And the correct answer for this question is nickel, because a nickel ion is green in color. So fast to answer, friends. Very good. Question number 33. Four solutions are taken. A copper strip is added to these. The color of which of the following will turn blue? A. KNO3. B. AgNO3. C. ZnNO3 twice. D. CaNO3 twice. Dashing gamers, there are 7 more questions because 40 questions are expected to be there in one paper, right? So we will be solving 40 questions in one session because this is the second paper solving session, and after this we are going to go till 10. I mean to say total 10 papers will be solved on chemistry on this channel. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is AgNO3 turns blue. This is because copper being higher in the electrochemical series displaces silver and forms copper nitrate, which is blue in color. Question number 34. What happens when ammonia solution is added first, dropwise, and then in excess to zinc sulfate? A. A reddish brown precipitate is formed which is insoluble in excess of alkali. B. Dirty green precipitate is formed which is insoluble in excess of alkali. C. A gelatinous white precipitate is formed which is soluble in excess of alkali. D. No precipitate will be formed even in excess of alkali. So think about what happens when ammonia solution is added first dropwise and then in excess to zinc sulfate. And the correct answer for this question is C. A gelatinous white precipitate is formed which is soluble in excess of alkali. Remember, a gelatinous white precipitate is formed, okay, when ammonium solution is added first dropwise and then in excess to zinc sulfate. Coming to the next question, number 35. If the vapor density of a gas is 15, its relative molecular mass will be dash. A. 30. B. 7.5. C. 0. D. Can't be determined. So if the vapor density of a gas is 15, its relative molecular mass will be dash. So the correct answer for this question is A. 30. See, from the relation, relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. So it's 2 into 50, that is equal to 30. Very good answers, perfect answers. Kanak, Kapil, Reshma, very good, Arushisha, perfect. Coming to the next question, number 36. The salt which on hydrolysis forms acid is dash. A. Iron chloride. B. Aluminium acetate. C. Sodium chloride. D. All of the above. So the salt which on hydrolysis forms acids is dash. And the correct answer for this question should be iron chloride. Iron chloride gives HCl on hydrolysis as FeCl3 plus 3H2O will give 3HCl plus FeOH thrice. So the correct answer is iron chloride. Coming to the next question, number 37. Some elements are given below in the form of a table. The elements are mentioned with their own symbol. Okay, so the first question in the series is, to which period do these elements belong to? A. First. B. Second. C. Third. D. Fourth. So answer me for question number 37. And the correct answer for this question is B. That is second. Coming to the next, again the same tabular form you'll have to look at, okay, and then answer. The next question here is, which element is missing in the given series? If you can see, the series is Li, that is lithium, Be, beryllium, B, that is boron, C, that is carbon, O, that is oxygen, F, that is fluorine, and N, that is neon. So which element is missing in the given series? A. Oxygen. B. Nitrogen. C. Phosphorus. D. Sulfur. And the correct answer for this question will be B. Nitrogen. So the element that is missing in the series is nitrogen. Because remember, it is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, then oxygen, followed by fluorine and neon. Again, the same tabular form of the elements you have to refer to, that is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. And the question is, to which group does the missing element belong to? A. 15, B. 16, C. 17, D. 18. So to which group does the missing element belong to? In the previous question, you have answered about which was the missing element. And now you have to find out to which group does the missing element belong to. And the correct answer for this question is A. 15. Okay, because nitrogen belongs to the group 15. Question number 37, D. Which element belongs to group 18 and what is that group of elements called as? A. O and chalcogens. B. Lithium and alkali metals. C. Fluorine and halogens. D. Neon and inert gas. So what should be the answer for question number 37, D? So which element belongs to group 18? And the correct answer for this question is D, because because neon, and it belongs to group 18, that is inert gas, and group 18 elements are called as the inert gas elements. Question number 37, once again the same tabular form to be looked at, and the question is, what is the valency of the group 18 elements? A 0, B 1, C 2, D 3. And the correct answer, any guesses? Correct answer for this question is 0. So the valency of the group 18 elements is 0. They're because their octet is complete. That's the reason their valency is 0. Friends, so we have done the second practice paper session within 10 minutes. Please catch us on the same channel for the third paper solving session, 10 to 15 minutes max. Okay, we can catch up each other dot at 1:15 and we can start solving another practice paper for 10th standard chemistry, because the exams you're going to appear is tomorrow. So this should help you for sure. So friends, if you have liked the video, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and share this about our channel to all your friends so that everybody can study together and shine together. So see you all just in 15 minutes.